Mr. Fury.
Usyk and Fury clash an epic face-off right the day after the haunting promo is released. The official promotional video for the Usyk vs. Fury 2 is out, and it is haunting to say the least. British heavyweight champion and loser of the initial bout, Tyson Fury shared that Alexander Usyk has turned into his worst nightmare.
Tyson, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
It looks like Fury is losing sleep over his errors in their initial bout, which led to his first ever professional loss, while Usyk remains undisputed and undefeated. But that doesn't mean that Usyk himself isn't scared of what Fury will bring in the ring the second time around.
Your flight, rabbit!
Is everything okay, sir?
Usyk and Fury had an epic face-off on DAZN, and it looks like Usyk has taken on an entirely new look. Fury called him a hitman, stating that Usyk is here to kill him.
Hello, my friend, hitman. You baldy. He's come for the job, hasn't he? He's come to kill me.
That's it.
The time has come.
Usyk sent a pretty subtle yet intimidating warning to Fury when talking about why he went bald for the fight. Usyk isn't thinking about their initial fight as he cut his hair because they hold memories. All he's focused on now is the upcoming fight. But Fury seemed more attracted to him than intimidated, as he called his opponent a beast.
Hairstyle, are you doing the Tyson Fury starter kit? What's going on?
Listen, you know, a head have like remember what you do. Memory, yeah, head have memory. Because my first fight, it was in the past. Now, it's present. My focus, it's 21st December.
He looks like an assassin, doesn't he?
He looks like a beast.
When the initial fight's results were announced, Fury had said that he had won the fight, but the judges gave it to Usyk because his country was at war. Despite it being a controversial statement, Fury has no regrets.
After the fight, you were asked in the ring who you thought won. You said you won, and the reason you thought the judges gave it to him because his country was at war. Do you regret saying that?
No, I don't regret anything. Why would I regret that?
While that is Fury's own personal opinion, he still respects Usyk's victory and called it a close fight, but that he's entitled to believe that he had won since both fighters had put on a brilliant display of the sport, and it was a razor-thin victory in any case.
He won the fight, fair play to him. Don't make excuses. Man beat me on the night, fair play. I believe I won the fight, that's my opinion. Just like if you had an opinion, he had an opinion, everybody had an opinion. But he got his hand raised and I congratulated him. It's on TV to see. I kissed his cross, I said thank you very much.
Regardless of the fight, Fury views Usyk in high regard, and both the fighters share mutual respect and understanding despite their rivalry. Fury even chuckled that he can't hate someone who's helping him make millions of dollars.
There's no animosity. I don't hate Usyk. You know, he's a good God-fearing Christian family man. Why would I hate him? And he's made me millions of dollars. I love him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got no hate. You can't make hate between these two. You know, he's a boxer, I'm a boxer. You know, it was a great fight.
But in true spirit of the sport, the trash talking popped out the moment Usyk's powerful punch was brought up from round 9. Usyk called it perfect, but Fury mocked the fact that Usyk couldn't knock him down even with a punch like that. And it wasn't just one powerful punch, it was 10 strong punches on Fury's chin, and he still didn't go down.
Tyson good at skipping.
Was keeping good.
Yeah, I was keeping good.
But you had your little chance to knock me out, didn't you? Couldn't do it, could you? Hit me with 10 shots in a row and couldn't do it.
You too have chance, brother. You too have chance. Yeah.
You couldn't even put me down after being on Bambi legs. You hit me 10 shots. 10 clean shots on the chin. No canvas touch.
Fury threatened Usyk that he's not going to make it out alive in the rematch, since his 10 clean and powerful punches to the chin couldn't take him down. Since those punches were Usyk's best, and they still didn't take down the Gypsy King, he's confident that Usyk won't survive the rematch.
Yeah.
You're in the rematch.
Okay.
Like Tupac said, you hit me with your best shots and couldn't do all. You know what's coming for you. I'm gonna you up, bitch.
In the build-up to the last fight.
The topic of the training camps came up where it was rumored that Fury's last training camp wasn't as good because of a couple of injuries. He squashed that rumor to say that it was a good camp, he never complained about it, and he wouldn't make any excuses. Fury can't seem to understand why people would assume that if it didn't come out of his mouth.
Any excuses? It was a fantastic training camp. Never once have I ever said I had any problems in camp, because I didn't. I've heard a load of talking I had a lot of problems in camp, but I didn't have no problems. I had a fantastic training camp.
He continued to say that Usyk won fair and square and should be given the credit for it. Fury still thinks he did well, but is not happy with the assumptions surrounding his training, fitness, and eating habits.
He beat me fair and square. Give the man his props. I don't understand why people have got to have an excuse like, oh, well, I lost the fight because I didn't train great, or I lost the fight because the chef didn't cook me the right foods. He won the fight. That's it. That's the end of it. There's no more to say. There's no excuses. I had a fantastic training camp. I thought I did fantastic in the fight. He did fantastic, so he got his result. Fair play.
Usyk threatened Fury that he will chase him down in the ring no matter what. He wants that Fury isn't afraid of him when he steps in the ring to take him down.
I say, not run. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone again.
And what does that even mean?
Fury quickly shared that he isn't afraid of something as simple as a boxing match and doesn't even understand that threat because there's nothing to be afraid of.
Afraid of a boxing match, please.
Yeah, it's a boxing match.
I've had many boxing matches before and not been afraid. I'm sure you have as well. You've had 300 amateur fights. You're not going to be afraid of a boxing match. So yeah, I don't really make much of that.
Do you think this fight...
Even after the threat, Usyk believes that Fury might be the toughest opponent he's ever gotten in the ring with. Fury is a big man known worldwide for his brilliant abilities in the ring, and Usyk is well aware of the kind of threat he brings, but he respects all his opponents.
Is he the best fighter you've been in the ring with?
I think yes. Listen, I much respect for all my opponent because it's boxing. It's a tough sport. It's a very dangerous sport. Listen, this man very famous of world. It's a big man. I'm small man. This is big man. But we have second fight. Listen.
Fury even teased a trilogy fight, which many analysts and fans want too, especially if Fury wins, so that the undisputed and unified champion gets up there with the legends of the heavyweight boxing division.
At the moment, you've got, Alexander got the result. He won the split decision. Tyson wins it, then that's where that mantle goes. That he is the best of his generation.
No, Frank. There will be a rematch, a rubber match trilogy.
Well, fine.
Mark Tibbs believes that Fury is a bigger and better man in the ring. He almost had the first fight had it not been for the 9th round battlefield. Fury will be victorious if he fixes his errors and aims to fight seriously.
Usyk is such a sophisticated, accomplished boxer, like Fury, but he's smaller. And Fury almost was there last time out. And Fury, I've said it before, I say it again, would have known what he did wrong instantaneously. And he's just got to put them right to get the victory over Usyk.
But Tibbs doesn't think victory will come easily to anyone. It'll be hard, but it'll be an exciting bout. Usyk will feel that he has the upper hand having defeated the Gypsy King before, but a real fighter knows better than that and to be prepared.
He'll feel he has the upper hand, Usyk, of course. But a real fighter, that will give the other fighter an edge too, because he knows he's got to put it in. He's got to put it in. He's got to put it in. So yeah, it works both ways. Yeah.
Dave Coldwell says that it all comes down to who has more left. Both fighters are in their late 30s and have been fighting for a long time. That's bound to take a toll on a body. Usyk fights bigger fighters and he won't remain strong after taking big shots.
It depends on who's got what left. I genuinely think that if Usyk's got anything left about him, because he's 36, 37, he's been in with big men now for the last few years where it takes a lot out of your body. I know with Tony's last 4 fights he was having injuries going into the fights with injuries. It's just as you get to a certain age and you're just getting your body starts breaking down, the wear and tear and the energy sapping fights that he's having against these big men. I don't know what Usyk...
Fury himself had slowed down in the second half of their first fight. In general, Coldwell believes that Fury is not the same fighter he once was. So if Usyk still has more left, he will win the rematch.
I don't think Tyson's got a lot left. Certainly not in relation to what he was. So I think if Usyk's got a good percentage of of what Usyk is, I think he does it again.
Callum Smith feels that people are forgetting that even though Usyk was the winner of the initial fight, it was an extremely close one. Usyk is no doubt a brilliant fighter, but underestimating a big and strong man like Fury is a huge mistake. Smith feels like it'll be a good fight, and one that he's looking forward to.
I think it'll be another good fight. I think too many people are forgetting how close the last fight was. You know, obviously Usyk was brilliant, but it was still a very, very close fight on the scorecard. So who's going to make the better adjustments? Who's going to turn up that little bit better? That'll get the win. But I don't know. It's hard to look past Usyk. I think he always seems to just find a way, doesn't he? But you can't write Tyson Fury off.
Darren Barker was a solid supporter of Usyk going in the first fight, but when he rewatched it, he noticed something. Round 6 opened his eyes to Fury's strength, which made Usyk look like a tired and defeated man. If Fury brings that same aggression and keeps it constant from start to finish, he will win. Barker clarified that that doesn't mean that Usyk can be written off. He's a brilliant, systematic fighter.
I was quite heavily in favour of Usyk when the first fight finished, and I had a few days to sort of let the dust settle. I thought Usyk will win that fight, and I've watched it back since, and I'll pick out one round. Round 6, Fury looked very dangerous, and there was a point where I thought Usyk might be wilting. He might be looking like a really beaten man, and if he can...
Barker also brought up a very important note. Fury has performed better in every single one of his rematches and shows improvements. But in Usyk's rematch with Anthony Joshua, AJ performed better. Even though Barker supported Usyk in the first fight, in this one, he's on Fury's side.
The thing to bear in mind is the rematches that they've had. I think Fury's had 3, Chisora, McDermott, and Wilder, and he's always looked better in the rematches. Whereas if you look at Usyk, the one rematch he had against AJ's done better in the second fight. So, you know, it really is an intriguing battle. People may be watching this thinking, what are you talking about? Usyk, he's won the first fight, he's going to even do better in the second fight. Well, I actually think Fury's going to do better. So I don't...
Gareth A. Davies reacted to the promotional trailer, calling it a nightmare, but he highlighted the fact that it shows the obsession both fighters have with this fight. Both fighters are not fighting for themselves as well. Davies pointed out that if Fury wins this fight, he becomes the top heavyweight boxer, maybe even of the era. So there's a lot riding on the line here. It wouldn't be a surprise if a third fight is needed to decide who's on the top.
Wasn't it that it's the obsession, it's the obsessional nightmare of each other, because it's the battle of each other now. It's the championship of each other to decide if Tyson Fury can win it. He returns to the top of the heavyweight division as the #1, maybe of the era, but they might need a third fight to decide that. So
Davies confirmed that he got the news that Tyson's camp has brilliant sparring partners, all of which are southpaws. Fury is in an amazing shape and well-conditioned. He even referred to Tyson's camp as prison for how hard he's working and willing to give it his all in this rematch to reclaim his glory. He predicts that it'll be another very close fight.
Prison in camp in Malta. Tyson's really well-conditioned, brilliant sparring partners, all southpaws. He looks in great shape, and he's going to have to give it all on the night. I think it's going to be another very close fight and a great week, and can't wait to be there. I go to...
Johnny Fisher shared that Fury has a better track record of performing well in rematches, which is why he thinks Fury will win. Fury has the size as an advantage and the experience, and because of his ability to adjust to his opponents after facing them once, it makes him more powerful. Nonetheless, Fisher thinks whoever beats Usyk is ultimately the best fighter, because Usyk has defeated everyone that needed to be defeated, all good fighters that give him his undefeated title.
First fight was brilliant. I'm backing Tyson Fury. I think his track record of rematches, I think I've seen a few pictures of him coming in a bit chunkier, a bit heavier, playing to his natural strengths, and he had Usyk going. But we know how good Usyk is. If you beat Usyk, I think he's conquered the world, hasn't he? Because he's beat everyone he needs to beat.
Piers Morgan is going to be present at the fight in Riyadh and shared that Tyson Fury would want to avenge the first fight. It would be a mistake to underestimate what Fury can do. In any case, he thinks it's going to be a brilliant fight.
I think it's just a very exciting time.
The British fans want to know, is Tyson Fury going to be able to avenge that loss to Usyk?
He'll want to.
What do you think, Kenny?
I've never ever underestimated Tyson Fury.
Eddie Hearn thinks that Fury is an extremely competitive fighter and hopes that the defeat to Usyk ate him up inside so he comes back to perform even better.
Tyson is much more of a determined competitor that sometimes he lets on. So I feel like the defeat would have really eaten him up, which is a good thing. I hope it did, because it's going to fuel him for the rematch. I think
This was the entire theme of the new promotional video, so it's pretty accurate.
Monsieur, do you miss me?
Hearn does not think that beating Usyk a second time would come easy or even be possible, especially considering the fact that Usyk took on a giant fighter who was heavier than him, which he had never done before, and bullied him the entire fight.
Usyk has beaten you. I think it's very difficult to beat him the second time because this guy kind of like inputs data during the fight. And don't forget that in the first fight, he bullied and beat up a 6'8", 20 stone heavyweight, which is something that he's never done before.
Shane Fury explained the rumor that Fury is planning on coming in the rematch at a heavier weight. Shane said that Fury had had 2 back-to-back training camps for the first fight, so he actually came in lighter than he wanted to and lost a bit more weight than expected. He added that Fury won't come in heavier, because that's not the aim. Being lighter makes one a better boxer, but Fury will come at his normal weight, which was a bit lighter last time around.
It's supposed to come in light last time, but with him having 2 training camps back-to-back, he did come in light. He lost a bit more weight than what he should have, but he boxed well with that weight. The lighter you are, the better boxer you are, because the less weight you've got to carry around and so on. But for one, you can't take the punches as good, or the punches as good, yeah. And different things happen, so you have your pros and cons. So not heavier, but just as normal.
Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk are going back and forth sharing threats and warnings. Fury shared a video to show that he's training hard, and Usyk better be prepared for the rematch. Usyk responded that he appreciated all the hard work Fury is putting in and called him his friend, but said that he's ready for the rematch.
Just finished a lovely little run in the bay with the lads.
What's up?
Working away, chipping away nicely. December 21st, Usyk, you're on notice. Come on!
Hey, my friend Greedy Belly, continue training. I'm Rez, brother. I know you hard work. It's good. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Greedy Belly. You my friend. You are my friend.
Peter Fury is confident that if Fury brings his A-game and utilizes all of his advantages, he will be victorious in the rematch, despite Usyk being the best opponent he has had so far.
This is the best opponent that Tyson's been up against, but, you know, Tyson's got a lot more advantages than Usyk in size. He can box and he can punch as well. So, you know, Tyson on his A form should come through this fight and be undisputed champion.
Peter shared that Tyson wasn't a serious fighter in the first bout and still lost by a razor-thin margin, so one can imagine how strong and powerful a dedicated Tyson can be. Although if he doesn't bring his A-game and fight well, he won't win.
His last fight was against a fighter who's never had a fight before. He's not interested in it. This is a different ball game. This will be a fully focused Tyson, and I expect to see the best Tyson, because the best Tyson will get the job done. Anything less than the best Tyson, he'll come unstuck.
Did the new promo video creep you out too? What do you make of the face-off, and who do you think will win the rematch? Let us know in the comments below, and subscribe for more.